Hi, everybody.
Hi. And we're back and we're running and we're coming up and saying hello. So, hello and welcome. This is the May the 23rd, which is the Canadian long weekend. This is for the Canadians that are tuning in. Yes, this is the Monday of the long weekend. And no, I am not out there watching fireworks. I'm here bringing you sultry pink salmon. And some
Who
stuff.
doesn't
And
love
I'm
good
and
salmon?
I'm here with Captain Unicorn.
Hi.
And hey, I'm about welcome.
All right.
And it's the end of the long weekend for us here. I have to go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, ours is next
But
weekend.
but next weekend is Memorial Day weekend in the US of A. So Captain Unicorn will have something special for us? No?
I could, yeah.
Well, I think you should. You have an
I
extra
should. I
day.
need to do at least ribs. I love ribs.
Oh, he's gonna do ribs. He's gonna do ribs. Hey, Tina Lane. Hey, I'm about. Now I'm about. Supposedly you were making some curry. You were supposed to send a couple of photos in, but you didn't. Calling you out in your homework assignment. I'm about. Shameful. Shameful. But oh, yes, let me tell you, that extra day off makes a world of difference on a long
Oh,
weekend.
yeah.
You can relax. You can experiment. And you know what? The strangest thing is sometimes your fastest meals can be the most flavorful. Like tonight, I was running around trying to get laundry done, trying to get all that stuff done for work. And I basically just threw lightly seasoned a couple of chicken breasts, threw some little roasted potatoes and the rest of the portobello mushrooms that I had into the air fryer. 20 minutes later, mwah, came out nice. Used a
Mhm.
little bit of leftover gravy on stuff that I had. Hey, homemade subs. And warmed that up, poured it over the potatoes, and had a little bit of leftover barbecue sauce, sprinkled that and massaged that into each of the chicken breasts slowly, covering
So
and
you massage
coating.
your breasts. Cool.
Yes, I massaged both breasts because I had two chicken breasts. And I was like, just let it sit for 5 minutes. And then it was like,
Hey, Faye.
hey, Trinity. Hey, Faye. How's it going? And took photos, but I got to get my brother to help me sort out my email. It's all good, but I'm expecting to see some nice curry. Hey, Robbie, how's it
Hey, Robbie.
going? And that's one thing. We should do snacks one time.
Ooh.
Like
Ooh.
if you're
What kind of
having,
snacks?
yeah, if you're watching the Academy Awards or if you're watching the Super Bowl, little snackies. Snackies are good. It's like a tapas of snacks. Have little sausage in the blankets,
Oh,
little
yeah. I love those.
mozzarella balls, little. Mm, yes, I'm counting on you. Hey, Thursday's
Mhm.
child. So we
Hey.
had, um, so we had a whole bunch, yeah, snacks, a little tapas of snacks and a little tapas of
Okay, now,
dips.
there's different kinds of snacks. I mean, the snacks you want to eat just around the TV, or if you're going to a party, whatever it is.
I consider them one and the same.
Yeah. Okay. So, uh, I like Reuben sandwiches. Absolutely
Yes.
love them. If it's on the menu, I have to order it no matter what.
Uh huh.
There's a Reuben dip that is fantastic.
Are you going to chop the Reuben up into smaller pieces to serve them as snackies?
No, no, it's just a dip. You take rye bread and dip it into it's cream cheese, Dijon mustard, sauerkraut, and chopped up corned beef.
Yes, I know what the sandwich is, my dear.
But
But are
that's
you
the
going
dip.
to?
That's the dip. You dip bread into it. It's a hot dip.
Ooh, I've
Yeah.
never had that as a dip. I thought you were going to actually make the sandwich and cut them into eighths so that everybody can
No,
have a little piece.
no, no. Just make a dip out of it. Yeah.
Just making a dip. He's talking about basically pureeing a Reuben.
Yeah. Just throw a sandwich into a blender.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A little ninja thing is going to go berserker. Oh yeah, I love Reubens
Hey,
too.
when I lose all my teeth, that's how I'm having a sandwich.
I don't care if I lose all my teeth. I am still getting chompers, and I want because Yes, I am a meat eater, but I like my veggies.
Mhm.
But yes, I'm going to be eating the meat because I enjoy meat. I'm just saying. So with either chompers or without chompers, no one's going to puree any meat.
I'm not
Just
touching
saying.
that one. Not
Yeah,
touching that one.
that's good. That's a smart man. You got a smart man there. Hey,
Yeah, I'm not
Kimbers.
touching your meat. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. You're not. You got to deny me. You will not deny me
uh,
the succulent flavor of meat. Yes, I know.
Turkey Reuben could be good. Yeah.
Turkey Reuben. That would be interesting. Yeah, with the Thousand Island dressing. Oh yeah, God, yeah. I never really had it with turkey, but that'd be an interesting twist. Now, Tina Elaine, are you going to make us a Reuben? Come on, Tina. I know you want to. I know you want to make us a Reuben. Come on, I know you do. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Reubens are good. And I will have to take a look. The Cubano sandwiches that I've tried here are nice. So I'm going to have to take another look at the Monte Cristo, see
Mhm.
exactly what they're doing, because from what I've seen on how they make it up here, it looks almost like a French toast without the sweetness. Like when they batter the
Okay.
bread and all that,
Yeah.
as opposed to the one that you were describing that shows it all encased in one and deep fried. So I'm going to see what happens when I order one up here, exactly what I get, and then I'll take a photo of it and let you know.
Okay. Cool.
Hey, Otto Haas.
Otto Haas. That's a new name for me.
Otto Haas. No, no, no. He's a friend from Bobbles channel.
Okay.
From Babbling with Bobbles, where you can see the bear on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. But you know you always come on Monday night because it's just me and the unicorn.
I should come on more on Bobbles channel.
True.
Phrasing.
Yes. You should come in. Like come more on Saturday nights. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe I will.
That's if you've survived, Friday night fun or Thursday night fun, all that. It's all good. So I hope everybody's had a wonderful weekend. Like I said, for us Canucks, our long weekend is ending tonight. So we're having the fireworks. But I'm here not to talk about fireworks. I'm here to talk about the fireworks of food. The fireworks of food. The explosions in your
I was gonna say that.
mouth. What? You knew I was going to say that. There's no way I could get away from not saying that.
Nope.
So it's all good. So yes, so this time I did make salmon steaks using my air fryer, which is a different twist than I usually do them up in the oven. And I also did a little slicey, little boo boo on the finger, right there. Pardon me.
I have so many cuts on my fingers from slicing garlic and onions.
Yes, but I was using the mandolin for slicing some of the
Even more
vegetables,
dangerous.
and I couldn't find the attachment that you attach the vegetable on. So I just said, "Oh, I'll just be careful." Well, no.
Oh, not
So
so
I
much.
got a little slice under the nail here. I made sure I did not bleed over my vegetables, people. I made sure I did not bleed because even the slightest little cut, it's the smallest ones that are like, "Oh my God, where is all this red coming from?" So I got through
Yeah.
that and I managed to, yes, I manded myself,
Man,
and not in a good way, not in the way that I wanted, but I manded myself. Yes, I did. So what I did for side dishes for my salmon steak is that I used the lowly but savory zucchini. The Italian cucumber has a good weight, good girth, and it has a nice savory taste on its own.
mm,
So what I did is that I did a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of oregano with it. So I kind of like tossed it all together and all that before I put it in the air fryer. And because I like something more on an earthy side, I took 2 or 3 portobello mushrooms that were already sliced, resliced them up, and I added it into the zucchini mix because I'm leaning towards more of the savory. I don't know why I'm going more savory than sweet, but for me, I like it a little more savory.
Hmm.
With the salmon steaks that you'll see, what I did is that once I got them home and so forth, took them out of the fridge, I basically massaged into their nice pink flesh a little bit of olive oil, and then not drizzled, but sprinkled a little bit of black pepper. And I couldn't find fresh dill, so I used dry dill and sprinkled that on top because I love the smell of dill, especially with any type of fish.
Yeah.
And then I used the air fryer. Now, I had the setting at 400 for about 12-15 minutes. And I had to go a little longer because I guess I'm still used to working with the air fryer on how it's cooking. And it can be an acquired taste, Robbie. Yeah, salmon can be. Whenever I have a chance, I always like a salmon steak versus a salmon fillet. I don't know why. I just
Mm.
do. I just think that it's uh,
More
great.
firm.
Yeah, it's firmer. It has easier to take the meat from the bone, the little bones.
Yeah.
Yes, asparagus can be really great, and if you get them fresh, absolutely delicious. You can put them in. But what I found with the air fryer is that I had to go a little longer because I like it a little crispier because I guess I'm used to the oven and
Okay.
not the air fryer, the convection. So I'm gonna share some pics of it, and you guys can see exactly what I had. Sometimes, Robbie, depends on the your toppings. So, hey, Drifter Nomad. Ooh, I got to try that with a little more of the Cajun and more spicy, and
Yeah,
see how
almost
that
a
goes.
blackened salmon.
Well, he tried it with the Cajun seasoning and the cayenne pepper. Yeah,
Hmm.
if you drizzle a little bit of olive oil, yeah, it's like with salmon. I found exactly what you're saying, Drifter Nomad. That if you have it simple, it can sometimes really go better with fish. But let me do a little bit of a share. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum
The
bum
last
bum.
time I had salmon, I uh, used my sous vide.
So, for those that don't know, let me know when you can see it on the screen because I can't see it because I'm sharing from my screen.
It's up there.
Okay. This is the lowly zucchini. I like to get them slightly larger than my own hand and palm. A nice girth to get a nice roundness on it. Usually firm, but not like really, really stiff for cooking, if you know what I mean. And basically, I took that and I sliced it into quarters, like a quarter inch. And then I did just a general seasoning. So this is just a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of oregano on it. And I just basically used a simple metal bowl, tossed it around, flipped it through the bowl so I can try and get as much seasoning and coverage through it. Do, 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 do. Now, these were like an inch and a quarter thick salmon steaks. And I just love it how bright in color they are
Mm.
and so forth. And this is where I started to, use the olive oil and I massaged it all the way through. Well, at least on the top and the bottom, just making sure that it had just a light coating, nothing heavy because it was going in. And then I sprinkled it and gave it a little sass with a little bit of the dill and the pepper. And so when I did that, it was just a light sprinkling and coating on either side. Nothing, exotic or so forth, because I do like the taste of salmon and I do like the smell of it. I know a lot of people may not, but I do. And then I went through and I put it into that secret air fryer bake, or air fryer period, because you can bake in an air fryer, but and then I ended up with voila.
Ooh, looks good.
Yes, it was tasty. I can tell you right now that salmon was tender. I could take the skin right off it from around it. It came out juicy. It wasn't dry. I love the flavor of dill on it. And afterwards, I put just a little bit of butter as I put it on the plate, just to kind of like give it that mix of butter and dill. And it was delicious with the zucchini.
Hmm.
I liked it, but it didn't wow me. I like the savory. I think I made a mistake using oregano. I think next time I
Mm.
use zucchini as part of a side dish, I would try something different, a different type of spice or flavor with it. Probably more along the lines of what Drifter Nomad had, something like a cayenne pepper or maybe a paprika. Or if anybody in the chat has any other ideas, that would be really great, because it's summertime and springtime up here, we're getting these items in fresh. I can pick up a couple, I can experiment with them. But yeah, the oregano, it was okay. I personally think that something else would probably give it a little more jejune, than give it that flavor explosion in the mouth that I was looking forward to. So yeah, so that was my air fryer salmon.
Well, it looked
Salmon
great.
was Yes, salmon was tasty. It was like, I just flicked off, and you take so many chunks, and those little bones that just peeled right off of it. It was like, I could
Yeah,
just
salmon and
chomp.
tuna is very polarizing. Either you love them or you hate them.
Oh
There's no
God,
in
yeah.
between.
And then, like I said, with the zucchini, I love the portobello mushrooms because I love a nice earthy
Mm.
type texture and flavor coming through. But yeah, like I said, I like the zucchini, but it just, kind of let me down a little bit. It let me down a little bit. I wanted something a little more, with a little more jejune, something that'll make you go, mm. Now, as you've seen, there was two, ooh, fresh garlic and lemon I can do.
Yeah.
But the thing that was really killing me is that, if you notice, I had two salmon steaks on the plate,
Hmm.
and I
You serve
did
company.
two salmon. No, no, no. I love salmon, but I like the sea, a little too reminiscent of the sea. Well, that's okay, but I love the sea, so it's all good. Um, Problem is that you really have to, in an air fryer, use those a little bit of those grill sprays like Pam.
Oh, stick.
Yeah, because the first one came off perfect. The second one didn't.
Oh no.
It's like I got the meat part, but the leg part, the
Hmm.
extensions of the legs, well, they decided to stay on the grill part.
Ooh.
Yes. So I ate that one first, and then I plated the second one, and then I took my photo. So yes, it was a blooper. So yes, just be careful. I think maybe I
Yeah.
didn't take it off right because I had a boo boo, had a little boo boo. So, but yeah, my hey kitty cats. The other part is, I've heard people talk about Old Bay, and I've seen it. So I'm gonna try it, but I don't know. Would Old Bay work? I've never had it before. Would it work on fish?
I've used it in like gumbo, jambalaya. Uh, for me, it had more of a celery flavor than anything else. but it could be just me.
Mm.
Maybe I'm thinking about it wrong.
I think I'm going to go with the garlic and the butter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for salmon, I'm a minimalist.
Well, I wouldn't mind trying the next one. Like a long time ago, I tried it with a little bit of maple syrup, like a half a teaspoon of maple
Freaking
syrup.
Canadian. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We use maple syrup. You can use
It's
hey.
not a lube.
Oh yes, it is. Oh yes, it is. You just have to parse that out a little bit so that you don't give them a sugar high, because that way you can have salty and sweet in one treat.
Oh.
So
Oh.
Old Bay can be used in anything:
Hmm.
crabs, poultry, pork. Okay, Drifter Nomad. The next time I did buy more salmon steaks for like later on in the month, I will go and I will find Old Bay and I will try Old Bay on the salmon and see how it goes. But yeah, garlic and butter is always a good go-to.
Mm-hmm.
But it was something I basically had this on 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius, and I had it on for about 15 minutes in the air fryer. But yeah, my first one, the one of the salmon fillets, salmon steaks, lost its legs, so you don't see it. But mind you, it was tasty. I did eat it, but you don't see it on the plate. Oh,
Okay.
you can add Old Bay after it's done, Virginia Wolf.
Yeah, I'll see why not.
Yeah, and exactly where there's a will, there's a way. So it's all good.
No, you need to get. Well, you don't need to, but if you could borrow someone's sous vide, because it works great for fish. I tried it with a steak. I was not impressed. Of course, I only did it one time, so I didn't try all the variations thereof.
But yeah,
'Cause-
but with yeah, those salmon steaks were huge. They were about a good inch and a quarter thick. I went down to up here. There's a grocery store called Farm Boy, who should be a sponsor with the amount of money I spend there, but that's another issue. But and they have fresh Atlantic salmon. So I went down there, and they have two. They have them prepackaged, but they also have them on ice in their display counter. So I went, okay, let me pick out what my dinner's gonna be. So I went, boom, 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 boom. I'll take those ones. Now, yes, items are getting quite expensive up here. So those two salmon steaks up here cost about $19 Canadian.
hmm,
But
hmm.
they're about an inch and a quarter thick. One of them took up, that's a regular sized dinner plate, so you could kind of see what the size of them were. And then I just basically did the side dishes as to what I was experimenting with. But overall, I liked it. I think I just have to get used to the air fryer more because I'm used to it being a little more crispy than when I'm using it in the regular electric oven. And yeah, but it tasted delicious. I also, I kept it. I used more of the lemon on the zucchini as opposed to the salmon. But I always love a good salmon with some a fresh sprit of lemon
Yeah,
drizzled all over it. It's like,
got to.
plus it's high in protein and good in omega-3 and 6 acids and fats and all that. So it was like very satisfying. It was completely satisfying pulling apart those tender pink skin and just engulfing it. Mm.
Yeah, a
Mm.
nice, well done salmon is just something to enjoy with all your senses.
That's true, and it was very sensual. Unfortunately, I was alone at the time, so I did not record it. But Amazon did promise to deliver a tripod to me by Wednesday.
Okay,
So I will be attempting to film more video type items.
cool.
So that's going to be fun. That'll be fun to do and fun to try. So it won't be just still photos and so forth or 10-second clips. I can actually do a whole one because I'll have both hands free. Do you know what it's like trying to cut something with only one hand? There's only a certain
No,
amount of
no, I
there's
don't.
only a certain amount of things that you can do with one hand and still maintain your balance.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you
Mm-hmm.
agree?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yep,
yeah,
I
that's
am.
great. Yes, I'm finally getting a tripod. Yay! So
Uh,
that would be an electric bill payment here. Really? No, up here, both like I said, both of those salmon steaks were about combined was about $18 to $19 at the store that I went to. But I like going to them because they make sure that it's done ethically and it's from like the Atlantic Ocean and wasn't processed somewhere else,
mhm.
which is kind of like really gets me when especially with seafood having it processed overseas as opposed to within at least your own offshores. I'm
Yeah, and
always
it's
very
frozen
leery at.
and changes
Yeah,
texture.
yeah. This was not frozen, so I picked it up right there and then boom.
Yeah,
Oh,
the last time.
salmon. Oh, now they're talking about salmon in sushi. Salmon, cream cheese, and avocado. Oh yeah. No, I'd have
Yeah.
to take a course on how to make sushi. I have
Oh,
no
you need
clue.
you need special knives. You gotta buy the right grade of fish. You can't just
Well,
buy
no.
any old fish.
Well, you can get some good tuna. You can get some good
But I'm
tuna and
I'm
salmon.
pretty sure there's a specific grade you need to get, otherwise you're running the risk of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're not in Japan. They're not going to rat us out. Next thing you know, we get an email from the Japanese sushi conglomerate. You are not allowed to make sushi or sashimi unless you use this type of a grade A salmon or grade A tuna. Hey, Mark.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of sushi unless it's a
Oh, I love it.
California roll.
Oh no
That's not
no no.
sushi.
I love it. I love it with the soy sauce and the wasabi. And now they have now when you order sushi up here, you can get the spicy mayo. If
Hmm,
you're a little more worried about the sodium content, oh, that spicy mayo just ups it a bit. The
really.
wasabi, oh my
No, we
god.
had we had a conveyor belt sushi place up here, but then
hmm
COVID happened and it went under.
mm
Addie loves that place.
Especially with tempura. Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of tilapia. I mean, I do know it's a fish. Like I grew up with the basically filet of sole, cod, um, salmon. Uh, my parents only gave us tuna when it was from a tin. Um, but salmon had to be fresh, especially if having a down east portion of the family, and as well as cod. So it's all good. But yeah, filet of sole is so nice when you can get a nice one. One thing I will want to try is catfish.
Yeah, I've had fried catfish. That's pretty good.
Hey, Smokahontas. Yes, we're twinning tonight. Captain Unicorn decided to
Kula?
follow the bear. You know.
No, you copied me.
Oh, I don't think so. You may have been on first, but I have been roaming around these YouTube streets.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm seeing this comment. I gotta ask. Did I say Kula? I don't
Kula
know what that is
sushi. I'm not
because
sure.
I tend to mumble my words, so things come out wrong all the time.
Yes, squid is nice. So is the little octopuses.
Deep fried squid.
Those little octopuses.
Oh no, 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 no,
Oh
no, no,
yeah,
no,
yeah. You do them up in some of those spicy Asian
no.
sauces. But yes, squid, especially if you get it done in the calamari and it's baked. There's another way of doing it where it's in a red sauce. Oh, mm,
Mm,
it's not rubbery at all. You just slice it, dice
really?
it in the mouth, and you're like, on a conveyor belt. You order on the computer. Oh my god, that would be a lot of fun. That would definitely be a lot of fun. Oh, don't worry. When we had it and it was the little ones, I used to take the little tentacles out and it's like, it's still alive, it's still alive. No. Yeah, you don't do that on dates. You only do that with
No.
friends, okay? You only have the little tentacles coming out like that, only with friends, but don't do it on a date, let me tell you. They're not impressed. But mind you, if they are, then you know, okay, winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Okay, the place I went to, what's it called? Honey? Tushimaru. Conveyor belt
Tushimaru.
sushi. Yeah, it's a big conveyor belt that goes around. And they have little covers on it so you don't sneeze on them.
Oh yeah, and then, but I mean, I love now they come with here when I've ordered the calamari, it comes with the spicy aioli, and it's like it really has a bit of heat to it. So with calamari, it goes really well.
Hmm.
It just brings it up a bit. It's just like sushi and rice. They have to cook the rice perfect. Yes, you have to cook
Yeah.
that sushi rice in a different way, and I'm not really my rice is kind of hit and miss. Got to be honest. Like rice is kind of hit and miss for me. So I'm like,
Well, I believe
"Eh."
they take it that the rice has to be day old. So they make it the day before, let it cool, add rice wine vinegar to it, and the next day they form the little patties and put the sushi on top of
You
that.
got to pin Robbie's comment. If they do laugh with the little tentacles, they're his kind of date. Oh yeah, it's all good. It's all fun. And but yeah, is I mean, I love my lobsters. I love my crabs. But I go to sushi boat. It comes on a boat, and you pick the sushi you want.
I've been to places that have those. I've never
Oh,
seen anyone actually order one, but they come in different sizes. Some are the size of the table, so it's for your whole group, unless you're a pig.
well, you know, you can eat a lot of sushi.
Yeah.
Oh, could you pin Virginia Woolf's comment? I find it interesting. What did you hammer? The sushi rolls? Or
Why would you use a hammer?
no, no, no. Him and his wife used to hammer it.
Oh,
So I guess sushi
I'm
is a little
sorry.
aphrodisiac. Is that what
I'm a
you're
little too
telling
literal.
us,
Sorry.
Virginia Woolf? I love teasing Virginia Woolf about stuff like that. I just love it. I just get a total kick out of it. Fresh is not always the best. Aged fish has. Oh, I see Virginia Woolf is not denying it, so it's all good. Okay, Drifter Nomad. I heard sushi is like steak. Fresh is not always the best. Aged fish has more depth and flavor like steak. I don't know. I guess it would depend on, I guess if the fish is marinated or how it's kept.
Hmm.
So I really don't know, Drifter Nomad, but that's something I'd have to look up and see. It's like, oh my God, it's all good. It's all fun. And let's see, California rolls has a lot of vegetables in them. Was there any particular vegetables you used in your California roll, Virginia Wolf? Come on, you can tell us and the internet in the room. We won't tell anybody else.
Should be avocado and cucumber.
No, you can have something more than that.
I briefly worked for a Japanese style restaurant,
Uh huh.
and part of my duties was making California rolls. And we used, the crab or imitation crab, avocado, cucumber. I think that was it. Just the three things.
Well, I don't
It
know
wasn't
if I'd.
bad. I'm sure there's all different kinds of varieties.
I'd have to look it up. Like, I thought California roll, as long as it was all vegetarian, it was considered a California roll. I don't know if there's a prescribed recipe for it to be called it. I'm wondering why they would use imitation crab meat.
Paper.
Oh, and cucumber. Well, Virginia Woolf, try zucchini next time. May give you a little different type of zing to it. Now, I'm about to saying it's an actual method I learned from the Delia book, Tina. Which method are we talking about? Oh, some shredded carrot is nice in the California roll. See, I think you probably have your base, but there's probably a few different variations depending on where you go. Oh, wasabi, Gina Maxi. Oh my God, that can just that clears your sinuses if you're not careful. So what are we looking at here, Captain Unicorn?
That's a California roll. I see the imitation crab, probably the cucumber, and there's probably kind of a mayonnaise or something in there. Maybe the spicy aioli or whatever.
No, I think that's the cream cheese.
Okay.
Looks like cream cheese to me. That's a
Anywho,
lot of rice around it.
depends on who's making it. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like a nice layer of rice, but I don't want the. That's the whole point, Faye. We want you hungry. We want you salivating. We want your mouth to be moist with anticipation. It's like
That's how you should start a week, with anticipation of food.
yes.
Makes you look forward
Ah,
to the next weekend.
yeah. It all depends. Zucchini has a different type of flavor than cucumber. I think cucumber tastes fresher, but I think zucchini has a little more
Fiber?
flavor than a
Oh,
cucumber.
fiber.
Well, that too. And plus, normally, zucchinis have a bigger girth. They're rounder and heavier. So
Yeah,
that's why.
depends on when you pick them. I mean, they're supposed to be like about
Oh
that.
my God, Otto Haas. No. Oh my God, you didn't stop them?
Oh my god. No.
I keep thinking of that nanny episode where Fran Dressler actually did the same thing with the wasabi. And basically, she's dying for about 5 minutes, comes back up, and she's speaking in her natural voice without the heavy accent. And she's like, "Oh my God, it's cleared my sinuses." And I'm like, "I wonder how long this is gonna last." Right? I'm like, "Oh Lord." But yeah, I've done the same thing where I've taken a chunk of wasabi, not paying attention, and the next thing you know, there are tears coming out of my eyes, and I'm like, and when you live alone, it's always good to have a bottle of water near you because it's like, oh my God, hang on,
No,
never
I got a
eat it
surprise
on.
story for you.
Oh, another zucchini.
No, no, no. It's a surprise spice kind of thing. I know a gentleman who owns a Mexican restaurant slash grocery store. Anyway, he makes a ghost pepper
Uh oh.
salsa kind of thing.
Uh huh.
So, and it's a bright orange. This middle-aged lady didn't know exactly what it was. She ended up taking a chip, big old scoop, popped in her mouth. They had to call an ambulance.
Oh my God, yeah.
A big old mouthful of ghost pepper sauce. That is,
Oh my God, no, 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 no,
yeah.
no. You got to work your way up to them. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. You got to work your way up to them. Hey, G5. Yeah, like that is something that can knock you right out if you're not used to it.
Hmm.
It's the same thing with Indian and Thai food and Sri Lankan food and so forth. I It's taken me a while to work from mild to medium. I'm not ready. I'm in different times. I try like something a little hotter, but oh my God. See, I usually mix a bit of wasabi with the soy sauce. I know you're not supposed to because that's not the proper way to eat it, but I love it because I kind of like just do the dunk. Like I dunk one part of the sushi in, and it's delicious.
Yeah, with my California roll, I like to take a little pea-sized dollop, put it on the roll, and then dunk and eat.
Oh my God, Robbie! When you want to feel your soul leave your body, yeah, exactly. That's what would
Or
happen.
the first time I introduced my youngest son to Chinese mustard.
Yes.
That will clear your sinuses out quickly.
Oh, but it's so good on a dim
Oh yeah,
sum.
yeah.
Use the red chili and the yellow mustard. I used to just dab a few things around each of the items, the sumai, the haigao, and especially with the sticky rice. Oh, unwrap that banana leaf, you inhale that scent, and you know it's like that's something that's I find sweet, and then you have the spiciness of those. Oh, you can just feel it if you do the right amount. It's just the perfect sensation of having that type of flavors just explode. It's like, oh.
Mhm.
But yeah, I've done the mistake and had too much, and I'm like, excuse me, I'll be back. Ooh, I've heard of Scotch bonnets. I have never tried that level of spice. Sticky rice with bratwurst, Autohaus. You're
Hmm.
gonna next time you have that, I want to see a picture of it. I've never had bratwurst with sticky rice. But wait, bratwurst is a sausage, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that may actually work. If you slice it on the diagonal and have smaller pieces and mix it with the sticky rice, especially if it's one of the more spicier ones, mm, I could see
Yeah.
that working. But mind you, I'm also in my third trimester for the 13th month during this past year and a half, so it's all good. I have different cravings for different things. But G5 now you can have it. You can now have a spicy mayo with sushi instead of the wasabi and soy sauce, and it's spicy, but it won't have that same hard effect
Hmm.
on you. And you also have to make sure a lot of places will substitute a horseradish type of wasabi as opposed to the real wasabi in what they're serving you, and sometimes that can also be causing other issues.
So I'm looking up spicy mayo for sushi.
Hey, secular.
Oh,
Yeah,
guys,
so you've
back.
been listening. You've been
Waiting for
listening
him.
to us. When I feel like it's not hot enough, I add more. Then I'm immediately dying. It's hard to get it right. Exactly, Robbie. You have to kind of experiment. That's come. Hey, just me, sunshine. That's why I just turn around and, for example, if I use 3 or 4 dabs and I loved it, and I wanted a little more up my game, I'll just add like maybe 1 or 2 dabs of like the spicy mustard or the red chili sauce
Mhm.
or a little more wasabi. With wasabi, I'm always very careful. But it's the same thing with certain spices, like when you're talking about the ghost pepper and the Scotch bonnets and so forth. You literally, I think you have to actually handle them like with kitchen gloves or those plastic gloves,
Mhm.
because the oils and all that, if you're not paying attention and you touch your face or your eye, like it can literally transfer and then you're in another world of hurt. Hey,
Yeah.
Diana
Even
Santos.
jalapenos, I gotta be careful when I'm making my own salsa or pico
Yeah,
de gallo. So for those of you who are wondering, spicy mayo is just mayonnaise
yep,
with sriracha
yep,
and a little bit of lemon juice.
yep. And then if you mix it to your liking, like to your heat level and so forth,
Mhm.
and voila. Well, I'm sorry that you're dealing with some internal tummy issues, secular. But yeah, next time I will try and add maybe a little chili and a little soy sauce to the salmon steak, and see how it turns out. Can't hurt. All suggestions are welcome. I'd let you know whether it actually appeals to my tongue, but hey, that's the whole point of finding it.
Yeah, sriracha with everything. I
Well,
put it on pizza.
well, I will sometimes add it to certain sauces and so forth. It all depends on how much heat and how much spice I want to add. But yeah, sriracha can be a nice. in smaller amounts, especially if you're not used to what spice level that you're comfortable with. Adding just a couple of shots can give it a nice flavor, and then when you want to try your game again, just add another shot of it into it. And also it depends on the amount. Like if you have a little bowl of something, little bowl, and you're like with sriracha,
Yeah.
yeah, you better be enjoying spice. If you're cooking like a big slow cooker, then adding 4 or 5 shots to it and mixing it up and letting it
Mhm.
finish cooking gives a different flavor because it gets to dissipate throughout and merge with the other flavors and kind of make a new family of tastes.
Well, even when I made my spaghetti sauce, I put in red pepper flakes, which is really nice.
Oh yeah, we used to when we were making the homemade sauce like from scratch with the tomatoes, we used to add in the red chili flakes at the beginning of the cooking process.
Mm.
So that way it's just, it's in the pan with your garlic and your oregano and your bay leaves and your olive oil. Let it get into the oil, then adding in the tomatoes that you've just strained and so forth, and just let it cook all the way through. That was my dad's batch because he loved his sauce spicy.
Mm.
A mass amount on your faux noodle. Drifter Nomad, you must have a cast iron stomach and a variety of palate. Yes, I love teriyaki sauce on items, as well as soy sauce. I just have to always remind myself to buy the low sodium soy sauce. Just
Yeah,
for
that's the thing.
just for me, because I know that sodium and blood pressure, you gotta always watch the blood pressure, gotta always watch the sodium. But every once in a while, it's good to have a shot of that. All the good stuff tastes so good that's bad
Oh
for
yeah.
you. It's like,
Well, it's like the fatty piece on the steak. It absorbs all the butter and salt, and it's good to chew on.
well, yeah. When we were actually doing to Tina's point, when we were actually doing making it at home, like from the tomatoes. Uh,
Mm.
oh, don't worry, I'll stay healthy. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere yet. With the sweeter sauces, that's what we used to do when we were making it from scratch, like literally taking the tomatoes, blending them, straining them, or so forth. As it was cooking, we would add um, just my dad did it, and you know that Italians never use measuring cups. They always use, oh, what's the weight in the hand? Yeah, okay. Take a little
Yeah,
bit of
that's
sugar
a
and
love.
yes, and then just sprinkle it on, and it would literally make it sweeter, but it also does something with the acidity of the tomato. I think it lowers it a bit. But yeah, we used to do the
Mm.
same thing. And if you're making tomato sauce sweeter, don't use bay leaves or laurel. Use more of the basil, sweet basil, and so forth, and that'll be give you a sweeter context to it. Bay leaves always give it a more savory type deal. Drifter Nomad, my stomach is as strong as a bulldog. I can consume and digest anything. Interesting. So we have to come up with something for Drifter
Oh
Nomad.
yeah, there's gonna be a challenge coming up for that one.
Challenge. I
And
say a good hot
I
chili.
need to try more Indian food.
Oh my God. Yes, I mean, I love some of the curry dishes, the kormas, the vindaloo.
Mm.
Oh, I can make a butter chicken, but that's like entry level. I got to up my game on knowing how to make a good korma sauce, and so forth. Drifter Nomad, cast iron stomach. Have pho with fish sauce? Yes, definitely Gina Maxi. When I've had ramen and pho, definitely with the fish sauce. It's like a nice treat because I know fish sauce is also high in sodium, but you know what? It's my birthday. I want what I want.
There
Sometimes I
you
celebrate my birthday a couple of times a year, but that's not the point.
go.
That is not the point, people. Yeah, basil is always good for sweetening a sauce.
Hmm.
Oh, wait. I bought something that I never had this week on a whim. Ovaltine. Ovaltine's basically very popular in the U.S. Up
It's
here
a
we had
vitaminized chocolate milk drink.
see up here we always has like Hershey's instant chocolate
Yeah.
when I was growing up, and we used to love that. It's like you take the milk, we used to take boom.
Oh yeah. You don't
Never.
got the teaspoon, you got the soup spoon. Ah,
That's right. Never leave kids to
no.
make their own chocolate milk. It's like a disaster.
Half powder, half milk. There you go.
That's right. And then you like stir, and then it gets all that like really, really
Mhm.
thick chocolatey
But you
type
have to drink it
almost
fast because
syrup.
it'll settle.
Oh, I used to love the parts that settled. Be like, ooh, this is like pudding. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, until I got caught. Then it was like,
Mm,
no, that was not good. I gotta try Ovaltine. I've never tried Ovaltine up here.
it's a bit vitamin-y tasting.
Mm,
But
no,
if you get the carnation malted milk powder, combine the two, it makes it really good.
no, Otto Haas. I loved curry dishes. Like as I started experimenting and finding more and more of the different offerings, it wasn't just what you kind of were told about Indian food. There's so many different types of curries, so many
Mhm.
different variety of vegetarian dishes that are curry. Um, the um, and I just it's not that totally major overpowering scent and taste that you may think. The ones that I've had always have gone well. Yeah, but curry when you're doing it, it gives you a chance to actually do vegetarian quite well. The
Mhm.
different types of curries and so forth, and the kormas
Then you don't
and the
mind your
vindaloos.
vegetables
Well,
because
you
it
don't.
is so flavorful.
Yeah, you don't miss having a chicken or
Right.
lamb protein.
Mhm.
So no, it's not as overpowering as what you think. At least not the ones that I've had. But remember, you can when you're at a restaurant or something, you can also tell them what your spice level is like,
Yeah.
and most places will adhere to a mild, medium, or let her rip.
Now, it's been my experience that most cities have some kind of Indian buffet
Oh
where
yeah,
and that way you can try a bunch of different things, not be committed to any one dish.
yes, but don't fill up on the rice and naan. I'm just telling you.
That's too easy to do, yeah.
Yeah,
The saffron
basmati
rice.
rice when it's done right with the cinnamon and the scent and the flavor that comes from it.
Mhm.
Oh, but yeah, either a buffet or sometimes just going to your local restaurant. They have some really nice local restaurants here, and you can get an individual dish or a couple of dishes, like if you go with friends, and that way each of you can try a portion of a different dish. Yes, unicorn, you are correct, especially during lunchtime. What are you doing during lunchtime?
Indian buffet.
Oh God, yeah. But then you come back, especially, but don't overdo it on the naan. I'm just telling you, because then you come back and you just want to take a little nap. You need a little nap. One sec, I will be back.
Oh no, it's just me. Okay. So since we're started off with salmon, what's everyone's favorite
I
seafood?
had to sneeze. Wasn't pretty. Wasn't going to show it or let you hear
Yeah.
it. Sweet tea with fresh lemon. But sweet tea, um, how much sugar do you put in that sweet tea? I've always heard the way you make sweet tea is that you put a couple of cups of sugar in a pitcher, whole bunch of ice, your tea bags, you cover the opening of the container, and you set it in the sun and you let it naturally melt and go.
There's different ways. I mean
Oh,
that's
okay.
sun tea. I prefer the actual brewed flavor of boiled tea. Makes it a little stronger.
Uh-huh. And
Oh,
so
that's it.
sun tea and sweet tea, though, is it only because I'm letting it being created using the natural solar power?
Yeah. Well,
But
sweet tea
isn't
is
that
just
better? Isn't
tea with
that more
sugar,
environmental?
technically.
Technically, yeah, because I'm not using any electricity.
But I've seen a lot of people. Sweet tea at restaurants is always too strong, so people get half and half sweet, half regular. That'll tone it down. Or sweet tea and lemonade.
Mm. Yeah, I'm more of an Earl Grey or bergamot type
Hmm.
of tea. Like sweet tea, I tried it once in the States, and it was like when they said sweet tea, I thought they'd be, oh, okay, so they're just going to put a teaspoon, right?
Yeah. Nope.
I was like, oh my
They
God,
put
I
in
could
all
get
the
it.
sugar.
Yeah, I know, but I could get addicted to that so easily,
Yeah. That's why you go for half and half.
especially on a hot day. Yeah, exactly. I could drink a gallon of sweet tea, no problem. Just put a straw in it, and it's like it's mine. Especially when you're under the sun, it's like it's like yeah, no, 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 no. I love it, but I would probably go whole hog on it. I know me, it'd be like this is delicious, and I can still drive after drinking it because it's like yes,
Hmm.
Mm, it's all good.
Yeah.
Must be the Queen's influence. What do you mean, Robbie? Earl Grey? Yes. I don't know if the Queen likes Earl Grey or Orange Pico, but yeah, Earl Grey. No, Earl Grey comes from Star Trek influence for me, and
Woohoo!
the bergamot comes from uh, going to high tea at different places, and I just love the way a bergamot tea, a tea that's flavored with bergamot tastes. It's like
Hmm.
half and
Okay.
half here in Metro New York, half iced tea and half lemonade. I've never had iced tea and lemonade.
It's called an Arnold Palmer. I can't. Blah, blah, blah.
An Arnold
Arnold Palmer.
Palmer.
Yeah.
Palmer. I thought Arnold Palmer had booze in it.
No, not that I'm aware.
Well, why not just have a Shirley Temple then?
What's in a Shirley?
Dance, unicorn, dance!
What's in a Shirley Temple?
Oh, it's all juices,
Isn't that?
and it has a
Uh.
little cherry thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to convince my friends who didn't feel like drinking to order that so I could steal their cherry. Mm.
Okay.
What? What?
Nothing.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Now, people,
Phrasing.
you guys have been listening, and people have been sending stuff in
Oh yes.
that our members have created. So I'm going to show you the little presentation that people have done. And I don't know, maybe I can convince our lovely Addie to drop it into a video later on in the week, just on its own, so that we give our members their due. But
If she's
you're going
not
to
too
have a
busy.
premiere preview here. What?
If she's not too busy.
If she's not too busy. Are you too busy, Addie, for our members? Are you, Addie? Addie. She's not answering me.
She might be somewhere else.
Well, go talk to her after the live. Okay, I love teasing Addie as well. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna start again. Let me know. Bum bum bum. So, oops, I should have started this before. So,
I haven't done anything yet.
okay, cool. Boom. Let me know when you're sharing.
It's sharing.
People, these have been your creations of your fellow Unibears. Now just look at those flavors, those colors. Mm.
That looks really good.
Oh, yeah. And in case you're wondering what's in it, the salad is made of carrots, purple cabbage, tomatoes, cucumber, and some jalapeno.
Mint.
Now, Jen added cilantro, but if you're not a fan of cilantro, you can always try parsley and mint and just give it a slightly different flavor. And with the dressing, it was quite simply some red wine vinegar, some olive oil, a little bit of honey, and some black pepper. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. That's something, you
That's
can
really
enjoy
good.
as a lunch or just visually, just like, you just want to
Yeah.
scoop it right up with either a chip or with your fork. Now, we're all going to Jen's house because she's going to make us this for dinner. Aren't you, Jen? She may kill me later on the replay, but Jen, we love you. And so this actually consists of a seared pork tenderloin, creamy Parmesan polenta, and spinach and fried onions, and it's drizzled with a lovely balsamic reduction glaze drizzle.
Nice.
Mm. We all know where we're going for Jen's for dinner, and we all know what we're going to request her to make. Now, Virginia Wolf, when you're coming home from work, especially if you're two working adults, sometimes you need to throw something together that'll satiate your taste buds and use what you have in the fridge. So, with some simple rigatoni noodles, sauteing some peppers and a few, they look like bell peppers to me, and adding a little red wine and mixing it up. Mm, there you have a nice light pasta dinner
Mm-hmm.
with your veggies and your carbs, and mm, just looks scrumptious. Look at the shine off those sauteed vegetables when you're mixing it in with the rigatoni.
Not cooked
Now,
to death. Little al dente.
a little al dente, a little al dente. So, now Virginia Woolf did also tell me one time he was eating his apple pie crumble. Now, he didn't make it, but he bought it, but I can tell you, looks delish. If you're going to be buying your dessert, especially if it's from, one of those fresh farmer stands, go for it because they usually pack it. Oh, it looks so delicious. Unfortunately, he did not make it, so I got to keep the photos for my own viewing pleasure.
Mm.
That naked, warm apple crumble. Mm. Now, our very own Tiffany H made lamb patties. I was talking about Jamaican beef patties. So she used lamb kafta meat and I'm assuming a type of cheese, white cheese here, and laid it out within the pastry shells and so forth. And as you know, with a beef patty, you have to flip it over and seal it. She did not send the full recipe, so I'm just doing a little bit of guessing. And then when you bake it, you have the following end result that that's a two-handed. You pick one of those puppies up when
Mm-hmm.
it's just gotten to the right warmth, and it's like I can just see the flavor with the lamb. Be like, and I'm guessing with the pastry and so forth, it would just come out so. It's something that that you would fill you up. You're
Yeah.
not gonna. You're just gonna be chomping right through it.
It's nice soft meat and cheese, and the crunchy cheese on the outside. Oh,
Yeah,
that
that
looks
outer shell.
amazing.
It'd be
Yeah.
like, oh god, yeah. Especially with the different spices. And if you're doing up lamb and you do it up right with the correct spices, it's just
Yeah.
tastes delicious. Now, Tiffany H. also did up the pasta Alfredo dinner. So these were all of the different ingredients: the Amish egg noodles, some of the Texas toast, the butter, the grated Parmesan topping, no salt, some of the milk, the mozzarella, and the Texas toast, as well as the vegetables that are awaiting there. Now, this is interesting. With an Alfredo, you can also mix in those vegetables into the pasta, or you can mix in a protein like chicken and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So as she was making it, you know that that's the Alfredo sauce.
Yeah.
And you know with that puppy, you got to keep an eye on it and keep it at a constant heat because, as I've learned in the past, when you look away, sometimes things tend to boil over.
Or you can scorch it.
Yeah, you can scorch it, and which means you're going to be scorching that pan. It's like, no. But it looks like she was successful. And definitely with the pasta and all that being mixed in with the fresh Alfredo sauce. And then you're coming in, and this is what you're having for dinner. You got some nice toasted Texas toast with fresh butter, some nice fresh veggies, your pasta Alfredo with your chicken that you can either keep on the side or mix in with your pasta. And even then, you can also include your fresh veggies in with your pasta Alfredo. And it's like, I'm just thinking about, taking one of those cauliflowers and wrapping it around with some of the pasta with that sauce. And it's like, just chomping down, taking it. Oh, yeah. It's always a good item. And then, like I said, don't be shy. Come join us for some fun food and form. Send us your creations. That is our email. And just have fun. You got to have
Yes.
some
And
fun
and
with it.
bravo to everyone who submitted.
Yes.
Those look great. We love to see those.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. You gotta, take them in and just have fun with it. I mean, it's like I told you. I said I nicked my finger cutting veggies. It happens. You know, part of my part of my salmon steak, one of them, lost its legs in the
Mm-hmm.
air fryer. Now I retrieved it because I'm not going to waste good salmon, but I mean it
Ooh.
happens, right? Same thing. My zucchini. Love the flavor of it, but was a little, I need something else other than oregano to use with it. And I'll try it next time. But if you don't experiment and try, you'll never know.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe next time, when it comes out, I'll just, try a couple of shots of sriracha in it and toss it around and see what happens then.
Go for it.
Oh, God, yeah, you have to have some fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I love a good plating. I eat with my eyes and mouth. Otto House, I could say the same thing. I love a good plating too.
Oh, jeez. I
But
don't want to know what you're innuendoing.
I'm not innuendoing anything. What are you
Oh,
saying?
liar,
What are you
liar.
saying? No, I know. A good plating it goes really well, but it can kind of also set your expectations really high. So you
Mm-hmm.
can have a beautiful thing come out. It looks great.
Like,
You take a
oh,
taste of it and you're like,
I should have
mm,
just looked at it.
that's right. And then you can have the reverse. You can have something that you're like, yeah. And then you
This is
take
the
take a
best thing
bite
I've
of it
ever
and
had in
you're
my
like,
mouth.
I'm taking it right down to the base and licking that plate with that sauce, which I only do when I'm at home, never in public. Never, never in public will you see me doing that. But when I'm at home, oh hell yeah. Whether it's a gravy, oh god yeah, buttered bread, especially
Oh
with
yeah.
some good meatballs or a nice sauce
Oh,
or a
bread is
nice
my Achilles
gravy.
heel.
Yeah, or a nice gravy. That's why I like bread. I love naan. I love all those types of items. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
especially a nice garlic bread. Oh, oh, where you have that nice crispiness on the outside, but it's still warm and soft on the inside, and it's
Oh yeah.
just glistening with that. And you can smell the garlic, and you know that fresh butter's there, like Melmac's
Mhm.
fresh buns that she bakes. Oh my God, I could just tear through them.
Tear
You're
through
like,
Mel Max buns. That's what I want
that's
to
right. Those baked buns, you just take it and you just go right through it. You don't care. You can get it in your beard. But again, that's only for private home eating.
hear. It's private time.
That's right. In public, it's just rip the bun, a light butter, and it's like, this is delicious. Oh God, yeah. Especially coming fresh out of the oven and so forth. It's like, oh my God.
But you
But
gotta
yes,
try it with the sourdough loaf. It is so
mm,
much better than regular just French bread.
yes. But I do agree when you're actually serving other people, then I start to get kind of bougie with how I plate stuff to try and make it. But
If
it
you're serving
really is
pasta,
an
do you
art.
spin the pasta into the plate?
No, never did that.
I
Usually,
tried to do that with mine for the
yes,
show. Didn't
yes.
quite work out.
Usually Otto Haas, you need something a little more than just garlic bread. You know, maybe it's some of those nice spicy bratwursts. If you do that and you slice them on a diagonal, and it's kind of like having your own little
No, you just
hors
peel
d'oeuvres.
forever. You got to take a bite out of it. It's no big deal.
No, no, no. Well, yeah, you can put the whole sausage on there, wrap it in the garlic bread, wrap that sausage meat and just take it with two hands and just go, ah. But I'm
You
just
had
saying
to do
that
the visual.
that's right. They did not come here just to hear me talk. You need the
Nope.
visuals. Like, got to get and you have to go on an angle to get the maximum circumference. So it's all good. And, and especially with that and a little Dijon mustard. Oh, oh, a little spicy and
Oh
savory
yeah.
and sweet, and the garlic is like, oh my God. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Brats are awesome.
Yeah, but
I'll do brats over hot dogs any day.
oh yeah, but you have to find a place that actually makes really decent ones. Like there are some places here that have they're homemade. So finding the ones that you actually enjoy from either your
Mhm.
local butcher or so forth. I don't know if, oh yeah, Robbie, that has some good girth on those sausages. But especially
Oh,
when you wrap it in a nice garlic butter bun. Oh, mm, oh my God. It's bringing back so many memories. Oh yes.
no.
Oh,
I speaking of bratwurst, I have had brats that have had way too much fennel in them.
yeah.
That's a bit of a downer for me.
But in the U.S., do they have brats cooked in beer? But what type of beer? Are you talking something a little more just a general beer? Or are you looking at something like more of a stout beer, like a dark beer?
Hmm.
See here, at least in October out in Kitchener, they have Oktoberfest. So that's where I would probably be able to get some really nice homemade like bratwurst because you go through a lot of the Amish and Mennonite towns and so forth, so they make it homemade dark beer. That's some spirited sausage toss. You damn right, Elaine. Damn right, Tina Elaine. When it comes to our sausage, we like them. We like them spicy. We like to be able to slice them right down the middle and open them up and see the meat and the spices and so forth. Sometimes, like I said, always like a nice spicy Dijon mustard with it can
Yeah.
kind of bring out that inner flavor that has been hiding, especially when the juices are just bubbling underneath those casings, just ready to explode. Mm.
I haven't been to a good
Breakfast sausage?
Oktoberfest in a long time.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Plus, in southern Ontario, going through there's some towns on their way to Kitchener, where the Oktoberfest is held, and they are Amish and Mennonite, so they would
Mm.
also have they probably have some really like old school type of recipes for making it. Oh, beer battled schnitzel.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Mashed potatoes, a pitcher of beer will do justice. Oh yeah, some good mash. You get those arms in there, and you're doing that mashing. You add a little bit of cream, a little bit of garlic, maybe some onion powder, salt and pepper, and you just start mashing it around and just pounding it. Oh god, yeah, makes it creamy, smooth.
But Drifter, you forgot the sauerkraut. You got to have sauerkraut. It's German food.
Mm. But isn't Wisconsin the cheese state?
Depending on where.
Yes, Polish sausages are nice. The Italian sausages, when they're cured in the olive oil, oh,
Mm.
they bring out a nice little spice. Hey, Samantha Stevens, Lot Lizard for Rent. How you doing? You drive safe. Make sure you're paying attention to the road. You can always catch us on replay. Yes, I mean, I think I tried that a couple of all beef sausages in an air fryer, and they actually do come out better.
Really?
Yeah, than boiling or the oven or
Okay.
so forth. I don't know. They seem to pop.
Yeah, in the
Purple
microwave,
sauerkraut.
they'll explode.
Yeah, purple sauerkraut.
I'm not. I've tried Bavarian bacon sauerkraut. Did not like that one. It was way too salty.
Bacon.
There's a little kitchen. It's called Country Kitchen Mercantile. On my
Okay.
way going south when I do my driving, they have all kinds of canned foods. A lot of jams and preserves and pickled uh, vegetables. I have not seen purple sauerkraut. I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Oh, so Wisconsin is known for not only just cheese but brats as well.
Hmm.
Interesting. So, is there a favorite brand of brats that you can buy in the States?
Well, the
People in the
go-to right
chat.
now is Johnsonville. I'm sure there's many others that I have no
Hey,
idea about.
Luna. That's the only brand? I mean, we've seen them
Well,
advertised up here,
Johnsonville Rice are the major brand. Like I said, I'm sure there's regional varieties.
but are they the best brand or just the most marketed?
I think the most marketed.
Okay.
But we have a couple good uh, delis here that I like to frequent.
Oh
There's
yeah,
one. It's called what's it called? Sonnenberg's. They do an entire spiral sausage. You can buy a little piece or the entire spiral. It's like almost 10 pounds of sausage. You just throw that on your grill, pop it in your oven. They're
that'd be
most
interesting to put some of that meat into an air fryer.
you have to cut it up. The thing is
I can slice a sausage.
that
It's
big
all good.
around.
Oh, don't worry. Girth never intimidated me before. It won't intimidate me now.
I bet.
That's right. Fermented purple sauerkraut. Hmm.
Hmm.
I will
Because
try
I am
that.
a big fan of sauerkraut.
Oh yes, corned beef. A good corned beef always goes well.
I've always done pork chops and sauerkraut,
Well,
but not schnitzel.
I've done. I grew up with people cooking corned beef and cabbage, which is basically the same thing, except not as vinegary.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the sauerkraut part. But yeah, corned beef and cabbage, corned beef hash the next day when you take it and you mix it with the potatoes and the onions and you fry it up. Oh my God, yes. Oh Lord.
Sorry, I had to post this one up.
Yes,
I believe that's referring to the you can handle the girth.
that's right. That's right. I'm a bear of many talents. Just say it.
I'll take your word for it.
East Earl Campbell sausage. But how do you find it, Gina Maxey? Do you find it like decent, flavorful? Yeah, sauerkraut is far more on that soury, on the sour, savory side. So yeah, it can be an acquired taste.
When I first met Addie's parents, or we were living there with them in California for a while, and one night they were doing, I can't remember like what it was, but they were making sauerkraut with it. They rinsed it. I thought, what in the hell are you doing? Oh, it's too strong otherwise. No, that's the point.
Yeah, so you
If you want
use.
weak cabbage, just go chop up a head of cabbage, boil it, and you're ready to go. That was just, save the juice. Come on.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point of sauerkraut. So if you
Yeah.
don't like a lot of it, then just use a smaller amount on whatever you're making, be it a
Oh, I was
sandwich
just
or
dumbfounded.
mixing it in. That's the thing. It doesn't always have to be a huge amount. If you find something too spicy or too on the savory side as opposed to sweet, then just reduce the amount that in relation to whatever else is on your plate. And sometimes that does the trick. Rinsed it. Yeah, I can't
Otto.
imagine someone rinsing it. No, he's laughing. He's
Oh,
laughing.
okay.
He didn't say rinse
Yeah.
it like and do it, but
Uh,
more like laughing.
yeah. That was just, I couldn't stand it.
No, I'd be like, "Eh, what are you doing?" But oh my god, oh we've been on almost an hour and a half.
Oh, again? We always
Yes,
do that.
it's almost
It's so easy to
11:30.
talk long about food
Oh god, yeah, and you guys always make it fun when you come and join us to talk about it. We go off on tangents. I think we
and
went
girths.
in girths, lengths and girths and tangents from salmon to calamari to sushi to tuna to sauerkraut. We went
The
from fish
spicy
to
sauces.
beef
Yeah.
and spicy sausage. Yeah, we always come back to beef and sausage, beef and pork.
Love a good
Don't
porky.
blame me. I started off with fish. We ended up with beef and pork. Oh my God, yes. So, people, don't forget we have channel shoutouts in our description, and we like to thank you all for coming. We always like to make sure that you have a unique experience, Robbie. It's always fun. Always fun to hear you guys. I love teasing a few of you. You know I love teasing Virginia Wolf. You know I love teasing a few of the others. It's always good. I put on a stone watching this channel. Oh, well, I'm glad you did. So that means you have all week to
So
take
it's
off
easy to
that
work it off.
stone
Yeah.
and then come and join us again. Old Bay garlic and butter. Yes, Gina Maxi, I will definitely try it again.
Okay. Did
But
anybody
don't
have any
forget,
assignments this week?
I'm About has assignments. So you have to remember to take a picture, send it in to us. Anybody watching this on the replay, don't hesitate. Send it into our email, cookingafterdark1@gmail.com. Come and visit us in here. If you can't, leave a comment. Join us when you can. We're always trying to keep to our schedule of Monday night at 10. It is not just a meat channel, okay? And I'm saying MEET or MEAT, but I'm just saying if you have decent vegetarian dishes that you'd like to showcase, bring it on. We are not prejudicial against any food,
This is a
dessert,
food
soup.
channel, not a carnivore channel.
Yes, it's not just for carnivores.
Yeah.
We like to keep our vegetarians healthy too.
I like a good carrot every now and then.
Well, I like to keep them in case of the apocalypse. They will be our healthy food choice.
Vegetarians.
Yeah, vegetarians. They're our healthy alternative. They're the other meat.
Okay.
uh, but guys, ladies and gents, and everyone in between, I don't care how you identify. If you love to cook, if you love to share, send us what you got, and we look forward to seeing it, and look forward to having you here and banter about all of our stuff. And Mister or Captain Unicorn, do
And
you have
hopefully
anything in
next week we'll
mind?
have the next video up of
Yes,
meatloaf.
but do you have anything else in mind?
No?
What do you mean no? Maybe a cheesecake?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Oh, Addie, he forgets his assignments. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yes, I will do cheesecake.
Yes, we're going to have a dessert show.
Yes,
And
we have to.
Captain Unicorn's going to like show us step by step mixing all that cream cheese.
Yeah, it's at least 32 ounces of cream cheese.
Oh,
Maybe
God, yeah.
more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Bring on.
might be
Bring
more.
on the cream cheese.
But it will be awesome. It will be in a water bath.
Oh, it's always good to bath your cheese.
Okay. Yes, but that will be after the meatloaf.
Cool.
Okay.
But that's something to work on
But
this
then,
week.
well, well, it's a long weekend, so I got to do ribs. This
Yeah.
week might be a double video for me.
A double video.
Double video.
Ribs and cheesecake? Shall we
Yeah.
hold them to it? Shall we hold them to it, people? I came through with my salmon steak, wounded and everything. I came through with it.
But here's the other thing. My mother's birthday is June 1st, and I want to make her a cake. Not a cheesecake.
No, we did not.
She
You did not miss the meatloaf. It's in post production editing, but we will have that. You want to make the cheesecake for your mom's birthday?
No. Growing up, she always said her favorite cake was a Black Forest cake.
Oh yeah.
But apparently she lied to me for my entire life.
Oh no.
Because recently she said her favorite cake was a burnt sugar cake. Like, I have never heard of that. I looked it up. It's interesting. You take plain white sugar in a pan, heat it up on medium until it melts. It turns brown and gets a lot of this little burnt flavor. Add equal part water, turn into a syrup, and use that to make the cake and the frosting. Which is something I need to do
You
this
sure that's
coming
not a
weekend.
butterscotch icing?
No, it's
We'll have to look it up because that sounds like a butterscotch icing to me. But hey, what do I know? If it tastes good, I'll eat it.
me too.
Yes. Anyways, I've never heard of burnt sugar cake, so this should be
Neither have I.
interesting. So
Yeah.
maybe you should attempt that because your mom's birthday's coming up.
Yeah, I might forego the cheesecake in lieu of the burnt sugar cake.
Yeah, do the burnt sugar cake.
Okay.
Okay. So, anyways, love you guys for all coming over.
Thank you, everybody.
Keep safe. Yes, it's the end of the long weekend here for us, but a long weekend coming up for those in the U.S. And I have to go to work tomorrow, and I don't want to go, but I have to go.
Okay.
It sucks. Not really. I like the people I work with, but still, I'd like to have a couple more days off. But I can't. So send hugs to the bear. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, everybody.
Okay,
Don't forget,
cheers.
play with your food.
And if you can't play with it, always know, go on an angle and you can accommodate whatever you're doing.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Have a good one.